Welcome back to the Friday Night Pregame Show on LATV. My name is Pierce Listener, joined alongside Dylan Brown. Rough game last weekend against McKinney High on a 49-16 loss. Dylan?
Yeah, definitely not what I was expecting from the Lobos, their stature from last year. I was at the game, enjoyed most of it as much as I can.
On a game like that, there's got to be pros and cons. What were the pros that you saw while you were there?
Some of the pros that I definitely saw was we moved the ball downfield pretty good, executed on downs we needed the most. Those are some of the pros. There's more pros, but we'll get into that later.
On a 49-16 loss, of course, there are going to be some cons. What were some of the cons besides, the 49 points that we gave up and also the loss? What were the cons? What did you see?
Getting third down stops when we needed them and not executing in the red zone.
You on the pros, you said that they drove the ball downfield. This is not a red zone team. Most of our scorings come from the 50-yard line, the 40-yard line. These are big plays that just turn into mishaps. We're not a red zone team. 0-3 versus Eaton in the red zone. That's something that you just cannot have as a high school football team, especially against these big teams.
Definitely, the red zone is where you make your money, man. That's big plays, that's game changers, that's momentum shifts. You need red zone execution at nothing. You can't miss those opportunities. You only get them once.
I'm looking at the box score here. In the second quarter, McKinney scored 35 points. Coming into half, it was 39-zip. In the third quarter, we got on the board in the third quarter, just one touchdown. And McKinney also, followed up on that. And then in the fourth quarter, we actually had more points. We're a late-scoring team.
Definitely.
And if you could just, which is good, because if if you're in overtime, you have that late-scoring factor. You can get those walk-off wins, per se. We're just, this is exactly what happened. When I say late-scoring team, we're a late-scoring drive. That's exactly what we do every single time. We score late. We just don't score early. How are we going to score early?
Against this high-powered Guyer defense, they got a couple big names out there like Eli Payton and Ryan Yates. Definitely start off with the run, show them up, definitely get some play action in there too. Take shots downfield. We don't do that enough. And I know our O-line isn't the greatest, but trusting your O-line, trusting your quarterback, trusting your team to make a play.
We do have a very young offensive line, and what comes with the young offensive line comes with the big mistakes. 11 penalties resulting in 95 yards. That's almost a whole football field in penalties. And, playing with these teams that do not make mistakes as much as we could, that's not good. You cannot have a full football field in penalties. You just can't.
Yeah, that's a game killer right there, man. You can't have those.
5-0 start last year, and then we hit those district teams. We play versus this isn't just Arlington Bowie teams. These are ranked. What did you say? Ranked 3. Guyers ranked 3 in the state.
3 in the state, 17 in the nation. You got to play perfect.
It's not. This isn't Arlington Bowie where you show up and you just expect the win and you get it. This is a team where you show up and you hope to win. You don't expect, you hope.
Mm-hmm.
And with that hope, you also have to have the game plan. What's the game plan for tonight's game?
So we talked to a couple of their coaches. They let us know defensively, cause them to make mistakes.
Don't let it happen. Cause it.
Yeah. You got to cause them. Maybe move around. Show one high safety look. Show two deep safety. Do a bail technique. Throw them off their game where they make mistakes and we can counter off that and make plays.
What about on offense?
Offense, run the ball. Like I said earlier, play action, trust your team, slow and methodical, make plays.
Back to when we're talking about the red zone game and how we are not a red zone team. Last time out in the last home game that we had, where it was Prestonwood Christian, and we are on the 30-yard line, and they showed all-out blitz. And, we got sacked, and that's just how the game goes. You're going to get sacked. But a lot of people were like, why didn't we kick the field goal? They don't realize how far that is. You know, you have the 30-yard line per se. Let's say we're on the 30-yard line, right? You have the 10 yards plus the end zone, so that's 10 yards, which is the end zone. And then you also have how far back the tee is placed, because it's not where the ball is snapped, because they don't do a 1-yard kick. It's probably back around 5 to 7 yards. So if you're on the 30-yard line, that's 40 plus 5, that's a 45-yard kick.
Yeah.
Latrell is only good from 35, and that's in-game. That's his max. So you have to have that open mind of we're trying our best, and it's all about the grit and effort. Dylan, you were a senior last year, and you played on the defensive side, linebacker. When you're in the end zone, when you're in the red zone, and you're looking at these big quarterbacks, let's say Jackson Arnold, you're looking at him in his face like you're a linebacker right in the end zone, knowing that they're not going to score. Are the nerves there?
Definitely, the nerves they're there 24/7 in game. Doesn't matter where you are, but the red zone is very crucial in the business, because let's say we're up by 3, we got a minute left, and they score, we possibly gave up the game. So the tensions are there, but that's what we practice for. Backs against the wall, Monday through Thursday, game plan, film, lifting. This is what we work for from the end of our season to the start of it, from off season and to spring. It's what you work for, it's what you grind for, and those are definitely the big time moments in the game.
Exactly. Now let's go over to Geyer's side. Week 3 Offensive Player of the Week, 5-star quarterback committed to OU, Jackson Arnold. How do you stop him?
Last year with him, he's a speedster. He may not look like it, but that man can run. Definitely, from my point of view, last year, I haven't seen any gains from this year. Definitely contain him. And on the back end with your DBs, try to switch him some looks pre-snap, go one high safety, send like a corner blitz, catch him off guard, but man, can he throw. We watched him in warm-ups. Kid has an arm.
We sure did. Everyone says defense wins championships. Tell us about the Geyer defense, who they have, and what we should expect.
Like I mentioned earlier, definitely some big names back there. Eli and Peyton Bowen. Eli being a 4-star, only in his junior year. This kid was ranked a 4-star his sophomore year. That you don't come by those type of players like ever. And Peyton being the number 15 safety in the nation, committed to Notre Dame. I know both of them, really great guys, terrific ball players. And then you have Ryan Yates, who is LSU 4-star commit. So you got a lot of SEC independent powerhouse players who are ready to go on to that next level. And, man, can they make some plays? You just have to watch.
You sure do. Talk about Geyer and all those top players. Geyer has 3 of the top 40 players in the state on their team. This is a big This is a big team, and that's exactly why they're 4-0. They have a lot of people. And, one person that you didn't bring up, but I have seen a lot, is Anthony Hill on the defense. Geyer has already thought about making him Defensive Player of the Year, which is insane, because you talk about those 4-star, you talk about the 4-star and the 5-star safeties and the cornerbacks and the DBs and stuff like that. You didn't say one thing about Anthony Hill, who is just an amazing person on this team. Denton Geyer, we call them a winning team. Obviously, they're 4-0 on the season. Denton Geyer has 2 state title losses in 2 seasons, so you can bet that they are looking for revengeance here against our team, of course.
No, definitely. Definitely, I got to catch a couple of their state title games, especially last year against Westlake. With Westlake being the number 1 team out of Texas, and then Geyer being number 3, I definitely see them coming back in the state championship. A matchup to watch, but right now we got a game to watch. Little Elm versus Geyer. I'm just hoping we can pull this one through.
I sure am too, Dylan. Despite being a 5-star, Jackson Arnold is ranked 5 amongst the 6A quarterbacks in all passing stats. You want to know who's ranked number 2?
Go ahead, let me know.
Kellen Tasby, our quarterback. Again, like I said, despite being a 5-star, Kellen, I don't even believe is a star. He's not a star yet.
I don't believe he's ranked.
He's not ranked. He's not a star. Jackson is a 4-star, and he's also a a ranked quarterback.
Definitely.
And he is already surpassing him in all passing stats. Let's see how he does in tonight's game.
Definitely. I expect big things from Kellen Tasby, especially with his passing attempts and just everything. He's a gunslinger, man.
Go back to last game versus McKinney High. Kellen had 20 for 29 with 184 yards with 1 passing touchdown. And then on the running side, he had 10 rushing attempts with 51 yards, 5 per. What do you think he does this game? Is he more rushing? Is he more passing?
With Geyer's D-line, I can see him rolling out of the pocket, creating plays for his receivers, definitely shooting the ball across the field. But when needed, I can see him making a lot of good plays on the ground, on his feet. So I think he's going to be very split this game. I'm ready for him to make some fantastic plays tonight.
Everyone wants to wrap it up on a good note, but we're going to wrap it up on a bad note. 2 of our biggest stars, Franklin Johnson, Chase Davis. Franklin being a Boise State commit, Chase being an Arizona State commit. They are both out due to injuries. Franklin is out with a hamstring injury, and Chase is going to need surgery on his shoulder, having a shoulder injury versus Prestonwood Christian. How do we work with our 2 biggest players on defense and offense being gone?
It's that's one of the risks with running players running the same side of the ball. They get tired, they get cramps, they get injury, and this is where your bench comes in, your second string guys, your third string guys. You got to incorporate them in practice, make sure they know the offense, they know the defense. So when someone's tired or someone's hurt, it's next man up mentality, and you just got to play football in the end.
It's exactly what I was thinking as well, because throwback to last season when Osa was a sophomore. He didn't play the entire season. He played most of the season because he came in when the starter got injured. And that makes me think of, the Cowboys, their issue with Sean Lee. Then Vander Esch came in, and he played the rest of the game. And then they found a way to incorporate both of them, and that's exactly what we did with Little Elm.
Definitely.
That's going to conclude our pregame show. My name is Pierce Listener, the voice of Lobo Sports. Join alongside Dylan Brown. We'll see you live.
Now making their way to midfield for the coin toss are the captains for the Wildcats. Number 1, Bryson Riggs. Number 25, Jack Griffin. Number 31, Noah Clemens. And number 49, Cam Posada. And the captains for York, Little Elm Lobos. Number 5, Prince Ijeoma. Number 10, Kellen Tasby. Number 25, Samaje Jordan Rector. And number 59, Logan Ford. Lobos, please welcome Dr. Nicole Pitts, orthopedic physician from Cook Children's, who will present tonight's coin toss. Thank you, Dr. Pitts, for supporting Little Elm ISD and the town of Little Elm. Please welcome to the field our visitors, the Guyer Wildcats. And now, please welcome to Lobo Stadium, your Little At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Singing the national anthem is Michael Reyes, under the direction of Little Elm High School Choir Director Haley Adams. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to Friday Night Football on LATV, presented by Cook Children's. Welcome to Little Elm, Texas, home of the 2007 district champions. We get ready for the Guyer Wildcats and your Little Elm Lobos. We invite you back to the broadcast booth. My name is Pierce Listener, the voice of Lobo Sports, joined alongside Lobo football alumni Dylan Brown on LATV. We're good to have you with us. Guyer comes into tonight's game at 4-0, Lobos at 1-3. Dylan, what's the plan to snap the three-game losing streak?
Definitely play hard, play fast, play ball. These guys are really good. Keep their offense off the field.
Dylan, the tensions are high coming into, the fifth week in the season. Not only for us to snap the three-game winning streak, but to snap Guyer's four-game winning streak. Ranked 3 in the state, 7 in the nation. What do we do here?
Like I said earlier, keep Jackson Arnold off the field at all times. Play hard. You got to have a perfect game. You can't have any flaws.
You know, Dylan, you're talking about Jackson. You know, the fans might not know who Jackson is. 5-star Oklahoma commit, Week 3 Offensive Player of the Week. He's a good guy.
You only come around these players like once in a lifetime, all right?
You sure do. Despite being a 5-star, Jackson is ranked 5 amongst 6'8 quarterbacks in passing stats. We talked about this in the pregame. Kellen is ranked 2. Statistically, Kellen is better than Jackson, but on the field, who will perform better in tonight's game as the Lobos take the field? It looks like they're going to be, kick the ball to Geyer. Geyer will receive. We will receive in the second half, which is good because we are a late scoring team. We score big in the late half of the game, which, I mean, is a pro, but it's also a con. Latrell gets the ball on the tee, and we are almost ready for kickoff on Friday Night Football. Dylan, how was your week?
You know, worked a lot, stayed home, did some homework, just normal things I do now. I've been anticipating this game since Monday.
Breach. Here we go. Latrell with the kickoff.
Whistle blowing. Let's get it started.
Long kick to the left side of the sideline. Caught it around the 10. He's running up the middle. He gets a big block, and he's down at the 40-yard line.
Tackle made by number 45, Carlos Leonard.
Carlos Leonard, a big player on the special teams side. We call his name a lot on the special teams as Lobo defense comes out. You know, we talked about it in the pregame show that Chase Davis and also Franklin Johnson are out due to injuries. We talked about it's just the next man up, and that's the mentality that we have to preach through tonight's game versus a really big team. Jackson Arnold takes the snap and shotgun. Trips to the right side for a motion.
Run up the middle.
Brought down at around the 45-yard line. That'll be a 4-yard gain. Second and 9. Ooh, sorry, 2nd and 6.
They're running a tempo right here. They want to tire that defense out. They know they got guys that play same field.
Play action pass caught. First down, number 4. Right out of bounds.
Josiah Martin with the catch.
Josiah Martin, number 4. He had 1 reception last game, 9 yards. So he's obviously getting the ball more this time around. Jackson hands it off up the middle to the starting running back, Trey Joyner.
Prince Ichioma on the play. No, Prince really has to step up with some of his main guys out. You know, being on varsity last year, playing inside him, he needs to be a leader, and I think he fits the spot perfect. Look at him directing guys right now, telling his guys where to line up and how to play.
We sure did talk about that in the pregame show as Jackson's going to give it over to Joyner again. You know, we talked a lot about, you know, the dual threat and how the injuries come up because they play so much.
Yes.
Prince, one of those players that's a dual threat, plays defensive back, plays wide receiver, good at both, but, you know, those injuries come along. As Jackson's going to keep rolling with shotgun, 2 to the right side, 1 up top. Another handoff right side. Brought down. Oh, no, he's going to spin out of sign.
Prince Ichioma on the play with George Rogers. George Rogers, only a sophomore and playing varsity. You know, that's a big step. They got a run package in, too. Run up the middle.
Run up the middle. Brought down at around the 11-yard line. They ran a sniffer on that play. Bunch set to the right side. They're going to go hurry up offensive again as they're already in the Lobo red zone.
Another bunch formation.
Running up the middle and went nowhere, but he gets the first down.
Thomas Brooks has made most of the plays on this drive, tackling, getting his nose dirty. We need that from the whole defense, especially that D nose, that D front. We need him to get dirty.
Twins up top. Jackson
Arnold
looks to throw a fade. Never mind, a slant, and he misses just over the hands of Josiah.
George Rogers on the play. You know, he gave up a lot of cushion on there. You don't want that, especially on those slant routes. You kind of want to play inside. You want to give him the outside because then, yeah, that gives him the offense, the receiver to make a chance on the ball, but you want to keep inside leverage on these red zone plays.
What we don't see often is the team actually getting in a huddle. Everyone seems to run.
Trips out on the left side, top of your screen.
Extra tight end.
Man in motion.
Going to be a triple option.
Nope.
Jackson to left side, slips, finds a hole, touchdown Geyer.
You know, defensively, you just got to read that. You got to be consistent and watch the ball. You know, the motion tends to throw defenses off. They focus on the motion man. They forget about the quarterback, and he can keep it or he can toss it. It's just a lot of options for the quarterback. So, you know, you always have to have a quarterback player when running those. When teams run those option plays, like last year at LD Bell, they ran a triple option. We had a quarterback guy or a running back guy. You know, it's a shame that happened on that play. They always have to have a quarterback guy. As
They're coming up to kick. Looks to be some confusion on the line.
someone came off the field.
Clock is stopped at 9:53 in the first quarter.
Coming in.
They await the kick. Play clock has not started yet. There it is. It starts now. Play clock at 25. Waiting for the snap. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is... says good. 7-0 in the first quarter on the first drive of the game. 9:53 stops in the clock, and we're ready for the Lobo offense. Dylan, what is the key to tonight's game with the Lobo offense?
Slow and methodical, man. Run the clock. Keep Geyer's offense off the field. Obviously, y'all just saw how good he is, and cheerleaders hitting the dance on the center of the field. A little disrespect, but, you know, it happens. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it. But slow and methodical. Keep that offense off the field. Run as much clock off as you can.
Throwback to McKinney's game on September 16th. Kellen Tasby threw for 184 yards, 20 for 29, one passing touchdown. What's tonight's game plan? Does he run more? Does he pass more?
I say he's going to be pretty split. You know, we don't have the biggest and strongest O-line, so he's going to have to use his feet, obviously. But I think he can sling it down the field when he's rolling out his pocket or use his legs when he needs to. We
said this in the pregame against the offensive line. 11 penalties going over 95 yards. It's a whole football field. You just can't have that. 4 of those penalties were false start against both guards. They both had 2 combined, which makes 4 penalties on the O-line for false starts. You cannot have that. George Rogers going to let that kick go out of bounds at around the 5, but a flag is down, which will put him at the 40. As the Lobo offense comes out, all rests on Kellen Tasby's shoulders to lead this team to the victory against a 4-0 squad of the Geyer Wildcats. You know, I saw Jackson. I didn't think I saw a lot of throwing plays. It was mostly running. I guess with our 2 best defensive backs out, I was surprised they weren't throwing the ball as much as they were.
You know, sometimes offenses do that just to establish their linemen. You want to get them warm, get them hot, get them ready. And definitely on the second drive, I can see them taking some shots.
Doubles formation. Strength. Okay, now strength is going to be to the boundary. Kellen's going to do a handoff to Samaje Ellis-Jordan, who has showed up really big for us throughout the game. You know, you look at his season stats, has 53 rushing attempts for 380 yards, averaging 7 per rush, which is, amazing for a running back, especially one of Samaje's caliber. As he's going to get the ball again, he's going to bounce to the right side. Flag is down, and they push us back maybe a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to run plays like those, you got to get that lineman up front. Something those push back our center, you can't have that on those type of plays.
2 running plays to Samaje. Last week versus McKinney, he had 14 for 88 yards, averaging 6.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
We're going to see what the call is. Maybe there is no. There we go.
David Gonzalez.
David Gonzalez gets a holding call. Offensive lineman, veteran, senior. He has it all, and he gets a holding call there. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Play clock has started. Oh, he got everybody to miss. It's going to be a free play. Kellen rolls out. It's going to be caught for a first down, Prince Igioma.
Good job surveying the field by Kellen Tasby. He got what he wanted. He got the D-line to jump, rolled out. Perfect pass to Prince. Good catch by Prince. He's really threading the needle right there between 2 defenders, the Bowen brothers. But, you know, perfect pass. He's a gunslinger, man.
Talking about, making them jump off sides. Dylan, when you were on defense and, you see the quarterback clap their hands, that's just like a straight giveaway of when you're going to snap that ball. So, a lot of people get those big jumps, and that's what leads to sacks. As a linebacker, did you see that and you timed it up? Did you ever do that?
Yeah, definitely. They use me inside a lot, sometimes outside. So definitely when you're on the outside, you got to watch that ball.
Samaje is going to bounce out right. He's going to be brought down at a 4-yard gain on 1st and 10. And you know what? I like 4 yards on 1st and 10. If he could do that every single time, he'd get a first down every single time because, 4, which would be 8, and then 4 again, you'd get a first down.
And
I like that.
Just getting everybody comfortable with the offense. Game just started. You don't want to take shots right away. Got to get that O-line comfortable.
Like we said, clock management, keeping Jackson off the field as much as possible. They sure are doing it so far. Already a longer drive than Geyer. As Kellen's going to find his way out of the pocket, he's going to scroll. He's going to find Casey, and he throws it way over his head, out of bounds. And restart the play.
And this is what I like about Tasby. He makes the play longer. He creates time for his receivers to get open or run on his legs. I expected him to run that play, but he thought he had what he wanted, but he couldn't make a play right there.
Clock is stopped at 8:31, 3rd and 7 on the Lobos 44-yard line. Looks to be an extra tight end on the right side of the O-line.
Geyer looks to be in a nickel look.
Samaje in motion. Gets him to jump offside to get another free play. Kellen fires 2. Looks to be Ijeoma.
And Geyer going on there with a nickel package. Straight D-line, got an extra DB. Brought one linebacker down.
Dylan, I'm glad you're here to point out the defensive formations. I got no clue what's going on. I can tell you offense, but I'm a little wonky on the defensive side. There's the offsides call on Geyer. That's twice that they've done that. But we did that the same last week on McKinney High, but on the offense.
Definitely. Got to keep Jackson on off the field. We got a 3rd and 2. More manageable, definitely. And if we don't get it, I can see Coach Castillo going for it on 4th and 2.
Trips on the left side. Ready for the snap. No one jumps on that side. They're going to give it to Samaje. Samaje rolls out left.
Get upfield.
Oh, he did not get upfield on that one. He went to around the 48, 49-yard line. It is going to be 4th and about maybe 1 inches, maybe?
I think we lost a yard on that.
He didn't get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. They're going to bring out the punting unit. We saw this last home game. We had the punting squad, and we had that really long fake punt that became I think it was a holding call.
Yeah.
That brought him back.
Penalties. Killed that play right there, definitely. You got a dangerous man back there, and Peyton Bowen. Kid can run. Notre Dame commit. I say either kick out of bounds or kick it in the end zone.
That's Prince now since, what a punt from Prince.
Get it. Yep.
He's going to pin him inside the 5. What a punt from Prince. Ijeoma, the starting punter, Franklin Johnson, he doesn't do that. He definitely does not do that. He'll give it to him, which is good for a punter. You give it to him. Prince actually uses his legs to get it out of bounds and pin him inside the 5. This is a chance for the Lobo defense to pay dividends against that first drive score by Geyer as Jackson walks out. Man, what a punt.
And that type of punt style is a rugby punt style. If you watch rugby teams, what they'll do is run and they'll kick the ball. It makes either good time for a fake or you create more time for your punter.
More versatility as they now have a sniffer in. He's going to get the running back's going to slip out of it.
Got to be a 1-yard gain, I believe.
Ahmed Yusuf on the play. Number 30, the running back. As again, they're backed up. Hurry up again. Ooh, brought down at around the 10-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and about 5.
Osa Donnery on that play, making the tackle.
Osa showed up a lot throughout, his sophomore year and also his junior year. I think he's going to continue to show out even in his senior year. What do you think?
We got to jump off sides. And then Osa, he's a good kid. He learns fast. He plays fast. Kid is strong. Sophomore, he was a sophomore last year, lifting an insane amount of weights. 500 on
Well, that's
squat.
going to be incomplete. Ahmed Yusuf on that play that went nowhere. He had 20 rushing attempts for 98 yards for 4 per run, which means that he does show both of his running backs some love.
And Geyer's on the point right here.
Yeah, Geyer's backed up on the own end zone. I would not go for it, in my opinion. Being on the 11-yard line. If they don't make it, we get the ball at the 11-yard line. You got to put in the situation. But he's backed up in his end zone. Little room for error on this punt here. One bad snap and it's over. It's a good punt. He's gonna receive it. Ball's gonna, number 6 on that play hit Ijeoma. Keegan Selamski hit Ijeoma, not allowing him to field the ball. So that's good. You know, we got him on the first drive. They scored a touchdown. Second drive, we back him up in the end zone, or we back him up in the red zone, and we shut him down. I think that stemmed from Ijeoma's kick. What do you think?
Definitely, you know, people overlook special teams a lot, which they really shouldn't. Special teams win games. You put them back in there, you give your defense more of a shot, and this is where Kellen Tazzy has to lead his offense and get a touchdown.
Back to where they started on the first drive, or back to where they ended on the first drive. Sorry, as that's Jaden Perrine brought back around, back to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Perrine last week versus McKinney had 13 attempts with 50 yards, averaging 3 per yardage.
And I believe he had a touchdown too, right?
Yes, he sure did. He had a rushing touchdown. No passing attempts to Perrine, nor Samaje did have 2 receptions, 0 yards each. As Samaje is now in motion to the right side. Kellen's going to roll out of the pocket right, and he's going to get sacked behind the line of scrimmage. That is not good, as it is now going to bring up 3rd and about maybe 12.
So look, Geyer was showing zone, but they turned out to be man. When they brought that man out of motion, they brought Peyton down. So if they're a man in that instance, you want to look for mismatches all day. You want a linebacker on a running back.
5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Clock continues to run. Everyone's looking for the play. It's 3rd and 12. I'm going to look for passing here, as you see 2 safeties deep, and maybe. We think that's a deep linebacker, number 24.
Yeah,
right on the Lobos' nose.
Yeah, but I believe that's a deep linebacker, and this is where you look for mismatches. And they're showing zone. They showed
Ijeoma.
blitz. They went zone.
Ijeoma. Oh, he did not find Ijeoma in the middle of the field. He was wide open.
That makes that 4th down way manageable if we go for it, which I think we are.
Casey gets out of bounds, which stops the clock at 4:50. 4th and 2.
Geyer showed blitz on that last play, but dropped back into his zone. That can really misinterpret what you're going for on that play. You could show blitz, call an audible, and that play could have been way different.
You called it. They're going off. They're going for it on 4th down. Worst that happens is they get the ball at the 45-yard line. Not big of a deal. To me, at least. I don't know. Would you say that that's a big deal, getting the ball at the 45-yard line?
Definitely. It makes that, instead of you got 4th and 12, you got 4th and 2. 2 seconds on the play clock, and we got a timeout. Little
Elm calls their first timeout. Yeah, like we said, Little Elm calls their first timeout. Student section's not liking it, but, they got to regroup on 4th down. You think they send out the punt squad on this one?
You stopped them before. You got a good punt. I'm not saying Prince can't punt like that again, but in this instance, you need points. You don't want to go down you don't want to give them the ball back.
You really don't. All going back to what we said, keep Jackson off the field as much as possible, and that's what we're doing right now. On those short 4th down, we're going to have to go for it because we don't want him on the field.
Be aggressive, pound the ball, trust your players, make a great call. As you see, coach patting his player on the head, tell him to go make a play.
I think this would be a good time for a shout out for LATV. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to let you guys know when we go live next for any Lobo sport. As the Lobo offense is now back on the field, they are going to go for it indeed. But it looks like that's not Kellen. Oh, yeah, that is Kellen. I'm sorry. I thought I was looking at Perrine there for a second. That is Kellen behind the dish.
I saw you run right here. I think they're going to, Geyer's even probably going to try to fake a zone. They're going to bring that backer, I believe. Number 23.
3 people on the defensive line.
Excuse me. Yep, they brought him.
Samuel's in motion. Kellen's going to roll out of the pocket.
Down the
Hesitates for a
field.
bit.
Oh.
just out of his reach. He gambled for it, just missed it.
They brought that linebacker down. They showed zone, but they brought that pressure. Guy disguising their defense pretty well right here. I didn't expect rollout. I expected a run up the gut, something like that.
Yeah, they went for it all. On 4th and 2, I saw 3 people on the defensive line on that play. I think that the running game would definitely be better on that play. But, Kellen had different plans, finding Casey downfield just out of reach.
Couldn't get a lot of separation right there.
So they get the ball at their own 45-yard line. Jackson again on the field, nothing that you want to see. You got one man deep. George Rogers on the left side. He's going to give it up. He used his blocker as a human shield. Looks like, that was Trey Joyner that used his offensive lineman as a shield. Just puts his hand on his back and just rides with him.
Tristan Scott on the play right there.
Play action pass. Jackson looks to throw. It looked like he was looking downfield on that one.
Definitely.
It's going to be out of bounds, which stops the clock at around 3:50. Did he get out of bounds? It looked like he got out of bounds. Clock continues to run, though.
Well, in that instance, if you want the clock to stop, you have to be going upfield. You can't run backwards and go out of bounds.
Wide receiver screen to Sutton Lee. Sutton Lee has, he's their number 1 receiver who had 3 receptions for 34 yards, 11 per, versus who they played before them. Oh, it was Prosper, who they beat. What was the score, Dylan? Big play, big touchdown.
Touchdown.
Number 7, Landon Sides, who coming into this game had 1 touchdown, 3 receptions for 28 yards, and that's going to be another reception for a big gain. 3:22 is the time on the clock. They're going to go for it again.
Is there confusion on the field? Did they score?
It looked like a clean catch to me, Dylan. What were we talking? We were talking about the record, the on the defense. Pass interference on, looked to be Igioma that didn't, that was on that, the covering Sutton. What was, or Landon Sides. What was the score versus Geyer and Prosper? I know it was something 6.
It was a 27-6. Geyer came out with the win.
Now, Prosper is a good team, and, Geyer winning by that much scares me as a Lobo fan. As the kicker is out to kick the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. Geyer takes a 14-zip lead, 3:22 in the first quarter. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Is that a food wrapper I hear?
Yes.
What is the rule about eating in the classroom?
Not to eat in the classroom.
Correct.
Why can't we eat? I'm an adult. I should be able to eat when I want.
Because you make a mess and you don't clean up after yourself.
No, that's not true. We don't even make a mess. Give us a chance.
Alright, you know what? Fine. Aaron, go ahead and eat it. You get 1 chance. Make sure you clean up after yourself.
Back from the commercial break. Lobos receiving team comes onto the field. Looks to be Aiden Samuels and George Rogers back to return the kick. It's kind of weird seeing Aiden out there because it's normally Franklin, but, next man up.
Definitely.
Geyer's special teams unit is out on the field as well to kick it away.
Feels weird seeing another 4 out there besides my boy John Mateer.
Yes, sir. He must feel
Washington
good.
State.
He must feel good wearing John's number.
No, yeah, it's definitely something you got to live up to now.
You think that the number will get retired?
I can see it happening. I can definitely see it happening.
One of the greatest quarterbacks in Lobo history. Broke the all-time passing yards record.
Broke his own, too.
Broke his own. I think that number goes down in the Hall of Fame. Good kick by number 49, Cam Posada.
You want to hear my hot take?
What's your hot take?
As you know, Cole Beasley went here and played quarterback. I think John Mateer's better than Cole Beasley.
Whoa. We can't get into that just yet. John hasn't shown his full potential in college football, but I sure hope he does because he is a threat on the field. As the Lobo offense comes back onto the field. That hot take was definitely not needed in the Lobo press box. But, things happen. Trips to the left side. We're going to try and get the defense to get off again. Immediately rolls right. Throws over 17's hands.
Rashad.
Rashad Mitchell wasn't able to haul it in. Way over his head. Clock stops at 3:14, 2nd and 10. 14 zip, Geyer. Samaje is going to be the running back on this play. Trips to the left side, one-on-one up top. You know, putting in a lot of their backup receivers. As Kellen's going to go deep on the... he just overthrows him again. Kellen with that big arm keeps overthrowing his runners, his wide receivers. Can't see who that is on the top. Can you see who that is, Dylan? On the top at the 30-yard line. He hasn't turned around just yet.
I believe
that's
that
Aiden. Aiden Samuels.
Eli Bowen on the play.
You know, you take 2 wide receivers out, which means 2 come off the bench. So we might be seeing some that we don't normally see, like Aiden, who actually got some playing time against McKinney. He had 1 reception for 2 yards. That's it, though. And on the season, he has 5 receptions for 54 yards. Samaje in motion to his right.
They're disguising that blitz, man.
Fires over the middle. Ijeoma couldn't make the catch. He would have had it at around the 35-yard line. Just came right out of his hands. You know, the one play, you know, the plays that Kellen does not overthrow his receivers. They need to be making the catches as much as they possibly can against this amazing team. 3:05 on the clock, 4th and 10. And it looks like they're going for it. Oh, goodness. They're going for it on their own 20-yard line. Let's see how this turns. Oh, no, then never mind. I'm sorry. Prince is back to punt. I was so scared. I was like, why are they doing this? But no, Prince is back there ready to have another good kick like he did last time. A lot of motion.
Oh, what is this?
The timeout is now. Oh, I don't think that was called. That definitely was not the play call. As Coach Castillo is not happy about what the offensive line just did on that play, as they have to use another timeout, which makes only 1 remaining.
Tonight's event is streaming live on YouTube.
Score is 14-zip, 3:05 on the clock.
Little Elm TV channel. If you're tuned in, you can be listening to Pierce Listener and Dylan Brown break down tonight's game live.
As we get a shout out from Coach Brodsky. Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate you. But it's not more about me and Dylan. It's more about the channel itself. Once again, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. The Punt Squad is back out after that very bad mishap that they had on the offensive line.
Yeah, you go for that. You're giving Jackson Arnold you're too close to the end zone. He's bound to score.
Punting Squad is ready and waiting.
Let's see if Prince can get a little Lobo bounce on this punt.
Looked like somebody jumped, maybe not. They're going to do another rugby kick. Oh, and that goes nowhere. He shanked it. Oh, no.
That went about 5-7 yards.
Oh, man. About a 5 or 7 yard kick from Prince. You know, he had that big boomer that pinned him up against the end zone, but then you had that little shankaroonie that went about 5 or 7 yards. Clock has stopped at 2:59.
Isn't that what you need?
The Lobo defense is already set, and they haven't even had their formation on offense yet. Jackson is on the field once again, ready to work his magic. Sutton in motion, or sorry, Sides in motion. He gets the ball. He's going to get a first down. Or no, not a first down. They stopped him just before. They're going to go play action. Read option to Jackson, and Jackson's going to run just like you said. He is fast. Read option touchdown for Geyer. See, there's a little shimmy in the end zone. That'll put him up 20-zip. And quarter number 1 with 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
You gotta have a quarterback guy, you know, especially with a mobile quarterback like Arnold. You gotta have a quarterback guy.
Ford Stinson out to kick the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. So you had that little bubble screen from C. Stovall that, put him up at the 20-yard line, and then, they had the read option, which he took to the house. And then the point after touchdown was good, so that puts it up 21-zip in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go to a commercial break. Oh, no commercial break. Student section is hyped. As the Lobo team is ready to receive the kick from Stinson. George Rogers and Aiden Samuels back to return the kick. Dylan, what has gone wrong in this first quarter so far? What have you seen?
Just like we said in the pregame show, not executing on third down, mistakes, not tackling, not having our eyes on the quarterback, just simple mistakes that hopefully will be adjusted by halftime.
Aiden gets the ball at around the 10. That was a big, big kick. About a 50-yard kickoff. Ours are normally about 40 yards, so we get a little 10 more yards extra on those kicks. So the Lobo offense will come on the field once again. So no matter how hard we try to keep Jackson off the field, we get our offense back on the field, which is going to tire us out even more. So, our plan is to keep them off the field. I think Geyer's plan is to keep us on the field, get us tired.
Keep that offense tired. Let your big guys down front in the trenches eat. Let them get to the quarterback.
So Kellen comes out again to lead off this drive here. Going to be a pro set with twins it up to the top. Kellen hands it off to Samaje, who finds a hole. He's going to find another hole, and he's out at around the 23-yard line. He should have gone out of bounds, which stops the clock, but the clock continues to run at 2:10. 2nd and 6. Same set, twins up top, pro set. You get the one-on-one matchup down at the bottom of your screen.
They bring the blitz.
Hands it off to Perrine the other way. So they went one way with Samaje and went the other way with Jaden. Clock is continuing to run at 1:45 in the first quarter. Score is 21-zip. Casey Matlock looks to be the one-on-one wide receiver. Prince went in and then came out. Okay, now he's going back, and that's going to take out Perrine. Perrine is no longer going to be in this in the play for this, in the game for this play. As it's going to be trips up top. Casey is going to come in.
You got 5 down. They brought their middle linebacker down. Looks like they're going to either bring him back or you're going to send him.
They're going to bring him back, and Kellen looks to throw and finds Prince Igioma. Excuse me, that is Tayon Jackson.
It looks like what Geyer's doing is disguising their blitz. They're bringing their linebacker down. They're going to bring the linebacker or bring somebody off the edge. Like they did a couple plays ago, they brought back that linebacker. It looks like they're running a little Tampa 2 look. Tampa 2 is cover 2, if y'all don't know, and they sent him down. So they're they're disguising their defense pretty well.
Tayon with the first down catch. And you look in the student section, and there is a lot of pink. Pink out. Geyer was the dress-up day for today. We have a dress-up day every Friday.
From what it looks like, they're having 3 safeties back. Looks like that middle safety is definitely either a hybrid or a true linebacker. Eyeing that running back little, I guess you can say quarterback spy. But he's eyeing that running back wherever he goes, he's going to go. Quarterback drops it back. Looks like he's staying in that zone a little bit.
Clock continues to run at 15 seconds. They might not even run a play here. 2nd and 10 on the 30-yard line.
Little pink out.
They're gonna let the clock run out. As there you see the student section wearing all of their pink. As there goes I'm gonna say air horn for the first quarter being gone. That'll bring up the second quarter. We're gonna go to a commercial break.
Rico's. Soft and buttery. Tastes delicious. Ladies love it. Yum. Enhances appearance.
Running away is easy. It's the living that's hard. Running away is easy. It's the living that's hard.
And we're back from the commercial break. Start of the second quarter here. 21-0 Geyer. Trips to the left side, strength to the field. As another throw is not caught and not hauled in, Prince Igioma was not able to haul that one in.
Gotta catch those easy ones, make it a more manageable third down.
3rd and 10 on the 30-yard line. Clock has stopped at 11:57. Looks like they're coming out in a bunch set here. Samaje behind Kellen.
I think Guy's gonna bring pressure right here. Watch number 10, he's gonna drop back or go. I believe 24 is gonna drop back to the middle of the field.
Kellen fires over and gets a runner in motion. He's going to go 40, 30, and pushed out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. Big, big, big play to spark up this Lobo offense.
That's the play you need, man. You got receivers blocking. They're doing their jobs. You're gonna get big plays like that. Take chunks out of the field, make it a more manageable drive right here.
Tayon Jackson on the big, big play. Saw him last week versus McKinney High. 4 receptions, 82 yards, averaging 20 per. Kellen rolls out points. He's not going to have him. He's going to roll out again to the right side. He's firing downfield in the end zone. Wide open, touchdown!
Lobos, jackpot, baby!
Tayon Jackson on the touchdown reception. Kellen Tasby rolling out to find his person down in the end zone as the Wolfpack is running to get those flags. 11:26, and that is going to put a spark on the Lobo offense.
You know, that's just what Tasby does. He creates time, creates plays for all of his guys. You see him rolling out, running back across the field, still staying in the field. He's a gunslinger. He makes plays.
You saw Tayon in the end zone waving his arms around like a little kid. Throw it to me, throw it to me. Kellen found him and throws an amazing pass for a touchdown. 21-6, 11:26 on the clock.
That's how you get your quarterback's attention.
Latrell Armstrong out for the PAT. Tayon Jackson. Point after attempt from Latrell. First time he's touched the field today. He's touched the field. He's touched the field. First time he's on the PAT for tonight as the Wolfpack is ready to come out and show their Lobo spirit, pinking out Geyer one step at a time. 21-7, 11:26 on the clock.
Another run back on that play. Geyer brought the pressure. O-line held as long as they can. Tabby trying to make plays for his guy, telling his guy to move upfield, brings it back around. And as a receiver, you got to move. You can't just sit there in the same place. You got to move, make your quarterback look good, catch the ball, make plays for your team.
21-7 after that big play by Tayon Jackson. Man, you saw Kellen. Now, you saw Tayon not only waving his arms around saying, throw it to me, but you saw the athleticism from Tayon going left, then coming back right, then going back left, and then coming back right, finally finding Tayon in the end zone for a Lobo touchdown. Great execution, great play calling by Josh Martin, the offensive coordinator.
Can't give up a big return right here. Can't have that.
Cantrell is on to hit the kickoff. They have two receivers deep, like on each other. I don't know what's going on down there. Are they not going to set up? Oh, there we go. Now they spread out.
Bowen brothers back there, Eli and Peyton. Dangerous return man.
It's going to be another. Oh, yeah. Just like you said, we cannot have a big return. And that's just exactly what just happened there. Ijeoma saying no, no, no. But Geyer saying yes, yes, yes. Brought down, or sorry, pushed out of bounds at around the 45-yard line.
You know, Prince really saved the touchdown right there. So about the angle. See, like I said, special teams is very important. Follow your lanes. Don't give cutbacks.
Lobo defense comes out. After scoring that big drive, what's the key after they have that big play on offense by Tayon Jackson?
You gotta get this offense off the field. You gotta stop him. Big run by number 3, Trey Joyner.
Trey Joyner, we talked about him. He had a couple of runs on the first quarter, but you know his best game ever coming in versus Prosper had 22 rushing yards for 134 as a big pass is knocked away from Ijeoma. Brent's not even ready as Jackson snaps the ball. As Geyer gets another first down at around the 25-yard line.
Tempo is a big thing. It really sets you up for success, or it can really set you up for failure. Our offense ran it last year. My boy Bashad Thomas was on the offense. You know, it's all about the conditioning you do in the offseason.
10:44 on the clock. Clock continues to run 1st and 10. Geyer, he runs up the middle. Shoelace tackle.
It's Osa Adonry on the play.
Osa Adonry. I'm so used to saying Osa Han, but it's Osa Adonry. As a big hit again by Tristan Scott on that play, on the 10-yard line.
It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be runs like that all night.
Out on the 10-yard line, or sorry, not on the 10-yard line, around the 12-yard line.
I feel like the Lobos got to bring some pressure right here. You're giving that Arnold too much time in the pocket. You got to either make him run, have a spy waiting, or you got to make him make a mistake.
They sure are not wasting any time. Ironically, at 9:50 on the clock. Clock continues to run. They're going to give him the ball again. Brought down by not only Osa, but Tristan as well.
Like
way to save a touchdown.
They have DJ Leaks, that linebacker, usually playing that outside spot.
High snap. They're going to give it up the middle. Troyer for the touchdown. Geyer. That's going to be 27-7.
We got a scuffle on the field.
This happened last game. Oh, it's probably not going to let that happen. The touchdown's probably going to get reversed. This happened against McKinney. I got some insight from Keith Mahue, the defensive tackle for the Lobos. He told me that one of his players got hurt, and then Efrain Ibarra came in and said, "We are done with this. Time to put a stop to this." And there was just a big, huge scruffle. I was on the sideline when it happened, helping out with drill team. And I was like, what is everyone running back to the snap for? And then I saw the scuffle and was like, oh, okay, well, this is definitely something we're going to have to write down here.
J-ball. Unscored tonight. On the offense. Number 77. Gets his word for disqualification.
They're going to put it.
On the kickoff.
They're going to apply the yards on the kickoff rather than not get the touchdown, which I guess that makes sense because you think they're going to score anyway.
Yeah.
You might as well just put it on the kickoff. Field goal try from Stinson. Snap is good. Oh, sorry, snap was not good. It came behind him. Luckily, he was able to catch it and throw it back down into its spot. Stinson makes the uprights seem a little bit too big. You know, with kickers, when they're out there practicing, they probably practice with the, let's say the uprights are, say they're 20 feet long. Kickers are going to stop with 10. That way, when it comes in the game, it's bigger, doesn't seem as hard.
Definitely a good tactic for kickers.
All the D1 kickers do that. You see, all the most accurate kickers in the NFL. Justin Tucker for the Baltimore Ravens. He only misses like what, every
blue moon.
Yeah. Still holds the record for the longest field goal, 66 yards against the Detroit Lions. Insane.
I don't think I can even kick a 5-yard field goal.
Right. As Coach Castillo is talking to his players about this upcoming offensive drive. As Rogers and Samuels go back to return this kick. Dalen Miller, number 22, up front. He's looking all pinked out. You can pick him out in the crowd.
This penalty is going to be very important right here. We can probably get a score before half. Get a good return on this.
They're going to try and kick it as far as they can. That way the penalty doesn't really that work. And he muffs the ball, but he's going to pick it back up. Adam's going to find some room. He's going to be brought down around the 28-yard line. Did I say 28? Maybe 38. As the Lobo offense comes out on the field. Big drive here in the second quarter with 9:25 on the clock. 28-7, Guyer. They have taken the lead this entire game and has not given it back. Set looks to be a double set. Samaje to the left side of Kellen. Strength to the boundary. 45 is going to be in motion. Haven't seen him before on the offensive side, on the wide receiver side. This is going to be an inside run to the 40-yard line by Jaden Perrine. Carlos Leonard was the receiver in play. He's normally, he is listed as a tight end. Or the Y receiver. Receivers are labeled X, Y, and Z. Dylan, if you want to tell them more about that.
Usually your X and your Z are usually the outside receivers. Your Ys are usually the tight end or slot. And what we did when I was in high school, we had the A was the tight end, your Y was the slot. So it's just different mix and combinations you can do to really set up your offense if you want to run your offense like that.
Y can also be listed as a sniffer, which Guyer does use a lot on offense, as now Perrine is going to be lined up to the right side of Kellen on a trip side to the right side. One-on-one matchup
Guyer
with
bringing pressure.
Kellen rolls out left, fires. Tayon Jackson doesn't get knocked down. He's going to go. He's going to get pushed out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. Another big play by Tayon Jackson.
This is
Tayon, Ijeoma, and it looks like Aiden are all going to be lined up in a bunch set on the right side of your screen. Casey Matlock up top. There's going to be a flag on the play.
False start on the offense.
Like we talked about with the offensive line, false starts cannot happen. 4. Number six, Tayon Jackson on the false start. So it was a good thing it wasn't the offensive line. The offensive line has definitely taken a step back on jumping the gun on offensive line. Not one penalty on them yet. 8 minutes on the clock. Clock continues to run. 1st and 15. Lobos. Perrine lined up to the the right side of Kellen. Kellen drops back to throw. He's going to,
Almost had him.
Overthrown Aiden Samuels. Getting a lot more playing time than he's used to. Seems like he's doing a good job.
Yeah, like on that false start for Tayon, you make a play, you get a little answer, you want to keep going, you want to jump the gun, you want to be the first guy out there,
2nd and 15. Clock is stopped at 7:45. 28-7 Guyer.
Looks like Guyer's showing about to bring some pressure. I feel like he's going to drop back or he's going to go.
Guyer showing pressure. Lobos showing doubles. Perrine out left. Gets back out around the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a 2 yards plus the line of scrimmage that they were at the start.
lot to come with the halftime show. You have the cheerleaders, drill team, color guard, and also the marching band. A lot to see here at the Lobo halftime show. After this quarter, 7:16 on the clock. 3rd and 10 on the 34-yard line. Kellen motions Perrine to his left. Double set.
Bringing pressure.
Kellen's going to get sacked behind the line of scrimmage for another loss. Man, oh man, they have shown no mercy against the Lobo offensive line. One of the veterans on that line is Logan Ford, 6'2", 328 pounds. That guy can block. And he's trying to guide the offensive line and, hey, do what I do. I don't think the offensive line is showing that just yet. A lot of young people, Matthew Rockaby. There's just a lot of people on that O-line that are very, very young.
You know, it just comes with time. You got to be out there. You got to learn from your mistakes, you know.
Kellen, about a 3-step drop. Look to throw. Now he's going to roll out left or right as he's going to underthrow Tayon on that play.
And that looks to be a turnover on downs.
This does not look like Kellen's normal gameplay. Kellen does not normally overthrow and underthrow these receivers as much as he's doing tonight. What do you think is going on?
It's definitely the D-line getting pressure to him. You know, he's not having enough time. He's having to throw off his back foot, and you don't want that as a quarterback.
There's going to be a turnover on downs, like you said, Dylan. On this drive, maybe the last drive of the quarter, what do you think needs to be done with the Lobo defense?
You got to bring pressure. You got to show that O-line you're willing to fight, that you're not going to get ran over every play. I think you need to send pressure, make Jackson feel uncomfortable.
There's the pressure from number 8, Delonte Leaks, as he was going to show like he was going to get the quarterback. The running back got the ball. He brought him down. 2nd and 7 for Geyer. Jackson unloads for number 7.
Bang.
Makes the big catch. Landon sides. Another big play for Geyer. And another big mistake for the Lobos.
Can't have those mistakes.
34-7. Clock is stopped at 5:46. Man, at school, everyone's talking about, Geyer and Jackson. And, everyone has that negative spirit of like, oh, okay, we're going to lose. Okay, like we're not even going to show up to this game because we know we're going to lose. And, being able to score touchdowns like those that we had with Tayon, that's going to put a spark. And that's definitely going to boost the confidence of the Lobo offense. 5:46 on the clock, 35-7. PAT was good.
Definitely some big adjustments coming from the Lobos defense at halftime.
We took a loss last week versus McKinney, 49-16. The game's not over yet because, like we said, Lobos are a late scoring offense. As someone is now Hoko proposing.
When is homecoming?
October 28th. It's homecoming.
He's really ahead of the game.
Sure is. 5:46 on the clock. Lobos offense. George Rogers and Aiden Samuels back to return the kick. They're now going one man deep because they've realized that Sitlin are now kicking these balls with a lot of power. And so now we're only going one man deep at the 10-yard line awaiting.
Give more blockers, better chance of a good return.
We sure are. Another big kick to the right side of the field. Aiden Samuels catches it and fielding it at the 9. Hesitates, is going to try and find some room, does not. Brought down at around the 21-yard line. Clock is stopped at 5:39. As the Lobo offense comes out again, I said that it might be the last drive. They stopped him. They scored
within that, that 6 minutes that they had.
Yep.
So clearly they're not trying to run the clock and keep the ball away from us. They're not scared of us. It doesn't seem like they are.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, they want to keep our offense on the field and get them tired, make the job easier for the defense.
Going to give a handoff to Samaje. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. .5:30 on the clock. Clock continues to run. Once again, the score is 35-7. Guyer. The band is getting ready for their halftime show and their performance. Looking forward to that. Everyone's looking for the play. Looks to be a doubles formation. Samaje behind him. We had a lot of players on the sidelines last year, and then half of them were almost seniors, so we no longer have that filled sideline. It's going to be a little 4-yard rush, maybe 5 for Samaje.
And I remember when we moved up into 6A with these big schools, it's all about depth. You need depth to play in this division.
Sure is.
And we had depth, and I believe we still do somewhat, but it's all about having your 2s and 3s, just knowing what they're doing when they get in. It's all about depth.
35-7, 4:25 on the clock.
Lobo's showing no urgency. I think they're trying to get out.
Tayon makes it a pro set. He's going to swing out right. Kellen going to look downfield. Finds Casey. Matlock at the 35-yard line. It's going to be good for a Lobos first down.
Good throw, surveying the field by Kellen Tasby.
Clock continues to run at 3:55. Samaje lined up to the right, strength to the boundary. Tayon in motion. It's going to be a run to Samaje, gets nowhere, loss of yardage. Line of scrimmage is at the 36-yard line, and we are now backed up to the 34. About a 2-yard loss on the play. Aiden seems to be the X receiver and Casey the Y with Tayon in the slot.
Going bunch formation right here. Looks like guys gonna play a little zone. No, they bring pressure.
Samaje tried to make a man miss. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Marching band getting ready.
Here comes the Lobo halftime recorders.
Looks like Geyer took a timeout.
Yeah, Geyer took a timeout with 2:57 left on the clock. 3rd and 11. This timeout is taking a little long. We should have gone to a commercial break. That's my fault, Lindsay. Lindsay is our amazing producer behind the camera, shaking her head. Doesn't want the recognition. As the Lobo offense is coming back onto the field, Geyer defense showing, again, no mercy. 35-7, Geyer. Doubles formation, Samaje to the right. Prince in the slot. Looks like Tayon is in the slot up at the top of your screen. Kellen looking to throw. He's going to roll out left and come back into the middle of the pocket.
Oh.
Out of Samuel's hands.
Oh my gosh. You got to make those catches right there.
Especially if he would have just caught that and turned. He definitely would not have catched up. Bowen definitely probably wouldn't have caught up to him. He was so far behind Samuel's good route running. As it's now 4th and 11, and the punt squad will come out on the 35-yard line in the second quarter.
Everyone is getting ready for halftime here. Everyone is also getting ready for halftime up in the booth. Have all the film crew. Prince is going to get a punt. Whoa, a big, big punt from Prince. Is this going to keep rolling? Maybe out at around the 25-yard line. Clock is stopped at 2:41. Once again, the score is 35-7 Guyer. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. Jackson Arnold last week against Prosper, 8 for 18, 72 yards with 1 passing touchdown. Also ran the ball 8 times, 27 yards, averaging 3 per. But then you also had that big read option play early in the second quarter to put them up 21-zip. This is going to be tripped to the left side. Ahmed Yusuf to the left of him. He's going to get the ball at the middle and actually goes nowhere. He thought he was going to get a big gain, but he actually gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
By Phil Matune and DJ Leaks on the play.
Hurry up play. Jackson looks to throw. He's going to
Big
heave
hit.
one, and no, not caught. Landon trying to get another big, big gain. Just a little overthrown.
Arnold took a big hit on that play right there. I believe from DJ Leaks, again, applying pressure, and that's what I think they need to do. I mean, yeah, they're starting it now, but they need to keep that pressure throughout the game, make them uncomfortable, keep hitting them.
Twins to the left side. Jackson, big, big pressure. Off his own players' helmets. Number
And we have
6
a
looks to be
flag.
intentional grounding, maybe.
I think it is intentional grounding. He was.
Willie Goodacre took a ball to the face on that throw by Jackson.
Osa Donnery brought the pressure with Phil Matune. You know, that's what you got to do, make him uncomfortable. Hit him, cause these, hopefully, an intentional grounding penalty on that play.
We're going to see what it is here. Stand by.
Either intentional grounding or Osa got a flag for taunting. He was in Jackson's face. Nope, we got intentional grounding, I believe. Illegal touching. Okay.
Can you explain that to the fans what illegal touching is? Like, because you see illegal hands to the face and neck, and then you have, roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, which is not normally illegal touching, but it's classified as like you can't touch them.
Definitely.
What is illegal touching?
Illegal touching is essentially, so all linemen are not eligible receivers unless you're a tight end. And so if a lineman touches the ball, that is illegal touching. And I guess that was
you
a
did take
lineman.
one to the face, so yep, I would assume that would be illegal touching, as Tayon's going to let this roll down to around the 26, 27-yard line. As the Lobo offense will come back onto the field. 1:58 on the clock. Do they obviously try and score here? Do they score gradually? They have one timeout. Do they use the sidelines, or do they try and make big plays?
I believe a mixture of all those. You want to use the sidelines. You want to use your timeout when you most need it. If you're taking a shot down the field and you get over the 50 and some more yards, take a timeout. Use the sidelines to your advantage, though, definitely. And yes, you want to score. You want to cut the lead down.
Looks to be a trips formation up top. Single man down looks to be Aiden Samuels. Samaje to the left, Perrine to the left side of Kellen. Is this going to be a RPO attempt that maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage?
You don't want to fling the ball downfield and get an interception. On there. You just want to take it gradually, use your sidelines. You don't want to cause a mistake and get Jackson on the field. We all know he can score within a minute.
You sure can. It looks like doubles formation is going to be here. Perrine is now lined up to the right side of Kellen.
Guy looks like they're showing pressure right here. Number 10.
Perrine moved to the left.
Yeah, number 10 going.
Yeah, you were right. They showed pressure. It's a good thing Perrine missed that
got missed by that tackle, he would have been blown up. He came in like a firecracker.
And
The
Lobos
clock
showing
will
no
continue to
urgency.
run. No urgency, like you said, to snap the ball. Clock continues to run now at 1:30. 35-7 coming up on halftime. Lobos are taking it slow here. They're
It's
not
good.
rushing
Yep.
everything.
I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, you want to score, but you don't want to leave too much time where Arnold can.
They still
hurt
have
you
one
again.
timeout left. As Samaje is going to get the ball again. Really surprised that they're running it with this amount of time. Why would you think they're running it right so far?
Like I said earlier, keeping Jackson Arnold off the field, running that clock. You don't want to get hurt even more and make that deficit more than it already is.
Do you think they're trying to find the bigger holes while they're running? You think they're trying to take their bets on the running and finding the big holes rather than throwing it to the sideline after every single play?
Definitely, you know, we've seen this O-line do big things, you know. Shot down the
Here's
middle.
the pass, and it just has not been accurate tonight as much as it should be, as the clock is stopped at 55 seconds. 2nd and 10 on the 37-yard line, 35-7.
Betting on the run is not bad, but you're also running the clock. And we have seen before the O-line create holes for Samaje and Perrine, breaking off some huge runs. But for me as an offensive coordinator, a head coach, I'm passing the ball. I'm taking my chances.
Going into halftime with this 35-7 deficit, what do you think is going to be talked in the locker room from, the losses that you've had as a senior? What has been talked about?
Just keeping our heads up and not playing scared, making adjustments, obviously, as we see them, as we got brilliant head coaches and OCs, DCs in the box. Making adjustments, it's just keeping your head up. You may be down by Tom Brady down 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You can't-
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Dylan, because me and CJ talk about it a lot on our broadcasts. As
Guy takes the time out.
Geyer takes a timeout. Yes, sorry. We talk a lot about this. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll see y'all next time.
Subscribe to the LE Show and LE TV.
Subscribe to LATV.
Subscribe to LETV.
Yo, what's up, LATV? I'm just enjoying my cookie right now. I got no one to absorb fat. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy it. And not only I'm gonna enjoy this, I'm gonna enjoy the LATV, so y'all better enjoy it too.
Subscribe to LETV.
Subscribe to LATV. Oh my God.
Subscribe to LETV.
Shout out LETV, subscribe, LETV, big caps.
Question about going into halftime. Dylan, you were a football player. We keep saying that because he knows almost everything that's going on the field. We're glad to have him here on LATV. But Dylan, when you were a senior in high school last year and you went into the locker room up 62-14, I think versus Forney, right? It was Forney, first game of the season?
Oh, it
What
was
were
LD Bell. LD Bell.
Bowie?
LD Bell. Last year?
Yes.
Yeah, it was LD Bell, definitely.
Oh, LD Bell. Okay, yes. When you guys went into the locker room, what was the mentality?
It was, coaches want you to have fun. You're up by this much, and you're having fun. You guys are dancing in there. You know you're probably gonna win this game, but it's also from a coaching standpoint. You don't want your guys to lose focus, and you get popped in the mouth coming out of the second half. You still gotta stay focused. They still want you to have fun. Just stay focused on the mission. You can have fun once that clock hits 0, and it says fourth quarter on there. Once that clock hits 0 in the fourth quarter, it's Mardi Gras in the locker room.
Yeah, throughout the season, you had that 5-0 record, and I said it on the broadcast before we had that that big loss versus the district teams. We were gonna beat the record that Cole Beasley had when he was here. 2006, that was the first time they went 6-0, and then we were gonna do it again last season. What was the mentality of going into half with that 5-0 lead when you were kind of down a little bit? Because you were losing on that 6-0 hopeful game.
Yeah, against Brownsville.
What was the talk that was put into that halftime?
Coming off that prosper, when we knew starting in district it was going to be tough. It wasn't going to be easy riding. You know, it's when we were down against Boswell, we knew what we had to fix. Coaches came in, made the adjustment. Everybody's serious. Everybody's fixing their job. Everybody's picking each other up. Everybody's just making sure we come out on top of this game.
Right, because you did not want to lose that winning streak. You guys ended up doing that, but, you know, that wasn't the big thing. The big thing was, you know, the grit and effort as he switches fields. And Geyer might have a touchdown. They are going to have a touchdown going into the half.
And
17, 15 seconds on the clock.
I believe there's a flag on the play. There was definitely holding.
I didn't see the holding call. All I saw was the returner going left, then going right, and then the Geyer touchdown. That's all I saw.
There's no flag. There was definitely holding on Prince Ijeoma. He was getting held. He couldn't make a play. Refs missed that one. Can't blame the ref for anything, but still.
41-7 with 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Man.
I believe that we will win chants from the student section. Love the morale.
Of Little Elm or the...
Little Elm.
Oh, Little Elm student section.
Love the morale.
Okay. It's 15 seconds on the clock. We're going to go to a commercial break.
LETV. LETV. Oh, God.
Subscribe to LETV.
Subscribe to LETV.
Subscribe to LETV.
Subscribe to LETV. Subscribe to LETV, man. Subscribe to LETV.
Here's your local party. Yes, I crank it in.
Oh my gosh, bro, that was the bell. I'm not going to class. I don't even feel like staying right here.
Why are you skipping?
Because I hate school. I'm tired of this.
You need to go to class so you can get good grades, go to college. You need to live a good life, man. You need to go to class.
You know what? You're right. I go
Subscribe to the LE Show and LETV.
Subscribe to LETV.
Subscribe to LETV.
We're getting ready for this kickoff here. Hayden Samuels back to receive the kick as he's just going to get a little pooch kick down to, looks to be Ijeoma, to the about 27-yard lines. 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Geyer is up 42-7.
And I believe after this play, they're going to take a shot, just run it, and take it to halftime.
Do you think they run it, or you think they go for the posts?
They're probably going to run it. Just take it to half, readjust. And there are, we're down a lot, and there's not really upside. But if you want to look at it as an upside, guys should put their 2s and 3s in, and that gives us a chance with our 1s in to break off of big plays and hopefully come back from this deficit.
Kendall Johnson, center fielder for Little Elm Baseball, has taken his way with football for the football season. He's helping out. Hasn't gotten a play just yet. He's still getting, reevaluated, as that's going to be up the middle.
And it's going to take us to the half.
My name is Pierce. Listen to the voice of Lobo Sports. Join alongside Dylan Brown. We'll see you after halftime. Have fun.
That brings us to halftime. High school stand 42-7 in favor of the visitors. Make sure you stick around for the halftime performances from both schools. Good evening, football drill team band fans. We welcome you to the Dyer High School halftime show as we proudly present the 2022 Dyer Silverados drill team. The officers for the Silverados are Junior Lieutenant Sophia Moore, Senior Lieutenant Lauren Sutton, Senior Lieutenant Holly Monty, and the captain for the Silverados is Senior Rosie Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, each week outstanding line members of the drill team are selected for Spirit Girl and Silverado of the Week. For this week, our Spirit Girl of the Week is Haley Phillips. And our Silverado of the Week is Brooklyn Upchurch. And the Silverado team reps are Brianna Cashin, Gabby Lee, and Paulina Goodwin. Tonight, the Silverados will perform a field hip-hop routine to turn you around hip-hop cadence path. Ladies and gentlemen, the Silverados are under the direction of Rachel Simpson and assisted by Lauren Moody. We'd also like to acknowledge and thank all our sponsors for their support of the Dyer Silverados for the 2022 season. They are Chick-fil-A at Kensington Square in Colette, Dermatology and Skin Cancer Surgery Center, Prototype IT, and TriStar Quality Roofing. And we'd also like to wish the Little Lamb Blue Angels drill team a great 2022 season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to continue our halftime entertainment here this evening, we proudly present the 2022 Dyer Wildcat Marching Band. The Dyer Band is led on the field by drum majors Molly Hunt, Kinsey Dixon, and Ryan Power. The Dyer Band directors would like to recognize the band member of the week, Paige Cutting, and the marcher of the week, Brandon Ezra. Tonight, the Wildcat Band is proud to present its 2022 halftime production, An Evening Under the Big Top. So So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of the Geyer Wildcat Marching Band. gentlemen, the Guyer Band is under the direction of Walt Myers, Mateo Connell, and Devin Garza, and the color guard director is Allison Banks. We'd also like to acknowledge and thank all our sponsors for their support of the Guyer Wildcat Marching Band for the 2023 season. They are Go Nissan of Denton, CBP Environmental Construction, Ford Bank, Rock Management, ATS Exotics, All About Me Salon, Basin Water Solutions, Dixon Psychological Services, Welding Bank, the Goddard School, TriStar Quality Roofing, Texas Oral Surgery Group, 84 Lumber, and Mr. Creek Estates Residential Assisted Living and Memory Care. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to wish the Little Round Melbourne Marching Band a great 2022 season, and remind you that the Guyer Band will participate in Denton ISD's annual Sounds of the Stadium Band Showcase at the C.H. Collins Athletic Complex this coming Monday night, starting at 7 o'clock. And this is Paul McNeese. Thank you for your attendance here this evening. And go Wildcats! Continuing tonight's halftime entertainment, here is the Lobo Marching Band and Blue Angel Drill Team. Please welcome to the field the award-winning Blue Angels Drill Team. The Blue Angels are led by Captain Haley Birch, First Lieutenant Miley Parnell, Lieutenant Riley Bush, Lieutenant Kalia Ramayan, Lieutenant Kimberly Brown, and Lieutenant Morgan Kendrick. Social officers are Lee Birch, Elizabeth Dickerson, Nina Hernandez, Abby Lease, and Ann Claire Paul. Spirit Girl of the Week is Gabby Nelson. Angel of the Week is Taylor Hurd. This evening, the Blue Angels will be performing their field jazz routine to Jay, choreographed by Samantha Anger and director Valerie Myers-Sullivan. Rangers would like to thank their local marching band for their continued support. The Blue Angels are under the direction of Director Mallory Minor-Selby. The Lobo Band would like to acknowledge their Bandsman of the Week, starting with freshman Lexi Munson, sophomore Jordan Reeves, junior Christopher Espanol, senior Rayhan Arfa, and SLT member Celeste Montoya. The section of the week, the Frenchmans. The Lobo Band would also like to recognize their Teacher of the Week, Mr. Jeffrey Leinenkugel. Thank you for everything you do for our Lobo Band students and all students at LEHS. Tonight, the Lobo Band is wearing a pink ribbon in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We support the fighters, admire the survivors, honor the taken, and never give up hope. Tonight, the Lobo Band is proud to present their 2022 show entitled What's the Buzz? Featuring music from Blinka's Ruslan and Vigola, The Beatles, Francois Schubert's La Bella, and William Tell Overture. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Elm ISD and Little Elm High School are proud to present the Lobo Marching Band. The Lobo Band is under the direction of drum majors Clayton Kendrick, Summer Orr, and Bruce Stevens. Soloists are Morgan Kendrick and Priscilla Martinez. Directors of the Lobo Band are Laura Sturch, Clay Singletary, Matt Neal, and Kristen Zahn. Special thanks to our band techs, Danny Hartzell, Gustavo Perea, and Nico Marciano. Principal for Little Elm High School is Mr. Ray Gordon. The Lobo Band would like to welcome and thank the 8th grade band students from Stripe and Walker Middle Schools for joining us this evening. We would like to extend a huge thank you to all of our wonderful band parents for your continued support. Thank you for your unending dedication and countless hours of help. Please welcome back to the field for the second half of action, the visitors from Geyer High School, the Wildcats.
And we're back from halftime. I thought it was a good performance. Dylan, what'd you think?
I loved every bit of it. I had fun. Watching it, I enjoyed.
I did too, as Geyer's doing their silly intro. As they're going to take the field now. And here comes your Little Elm Lobos. As the Lobos take the field, we're going to look at the scoreboard here. 42-7, 12 minutes on the clock. I don't know why I said that. They always start with 12 minutes. But yeah, 42-7 on the scoreboard. That's not looking too hot. What do you think was said in the locker room?
From a coaching perspective, from me being in there, I'm assuming a lot of yelling in the beginning of halftime, and then
a lot of broken clipboards, eh?
Probably. Not gonna lie, yeah, probably a lot of broken clipboards. But then you have your OCDC, and then your position group coaches come down, take them out of the locker room, tell them what they're doing wrong, what they need to fix, and what they need to adjust.
So the Lobos just took the field. Wolfpack is getting ready. I was down there on the field with the drill team, helping out over there, and that was a good performance, not gonna lie. That was pretty good.
From both bands.
Exactly, yeah. They played The Greatest Showman, I think is what the movie's called. Greatest Showman, This Is Me, Million Dreams, and another song that I didn't recognize. It's my mic. One side of my mic is cut out. Okay, well, that's perfect. As Lobos will receive to start the third quarter because they lost the coin toss. And they, or maybe they won the coin toss.
I'm not sure.
I forgot.
I think we won, and we gave them the ball first. Hoping our defense.
Normally, if you win the coin toss, you choose to defend first. But who knows? As the Lobo offense comes onto the field, Jackson Arnold with a good, with a good first half. What do you think his formula is for the second half? Does he play more conservative, more aggressive?
Honestly, for him, it's pedal to the metal. All gas, no brakes, as we used last year. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep playing the way you're playing. Trust in your OC, trust in your receivers, trust in your O-line, trust in your team.
Every single time that you go out there on the field, you risk getting injured. If you play more aggressive, throwing the ball, running the ball, you have a chance at injury while you're up 42-7. Does that change your perspective of maybe all gas, no brakes?
It definitely does. Jackson being the main guy, and their backup Gage Powell, a good friend of mine. He's also not a bad quarterback, but you definitely want to keep Jackson in, or you don't want to make sure he gets hurt. Definitely give the second guy some reps, but I got a feeling this first drive they're going to keep him in.
As Aiden makes a man miss, heads up to the right side of the field, puts his head down, and gets knocked out of bounds around the 22-yard line. So again, the Lobo offense comes out. What do you think Kellen's formula is? He has to play aggressive, but does he play aggressive to the point to where, you're lowering helmets as yourself, or are you playing aggressive the smart way?
Definitely the smart way. He's the only quarterback. With Frank being hurt, you don't really have a backup here. Definitely being smart with the ball. I don't think we've had any turnovers, but yet still limit those turnovers. And just move the ball methodically downfield, build your team up, get a touchdown.
So I bring up that point of, playing aggressively or playing smart aggressively. If you play smart, you might not get the same outcome as playing aggressively, as Perrine gets one up the middle about a 40-yard gain. But like I was saying, if you play smart aggressively, I mean, yeah, you get that knowledge that, okay, well, I'm down by this amount of points. Yes, we're down a lot, but I have to play smart. I can't get injured. Versus, playing full out aggressive. Okay, I need 30 points. I'm going to go whatever it takes to win this football game.
Definitely.
As Perrine gets a handoff, he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Another big loss for the Lobos. Clock continues to run at 11:10.
If you're gonna run the ball, you need your big guys up front to make a pass for your running back. You can't get pushed back and expect your running back to make a play.
Chase, do you think? Sorry, I'm not saying Chase. Dylan, do you think this game would be different with Chase and Franklin out on the field, or do you think that this is just a really good Geyer Wildcat offense and defense, and it doesn't matter who's on the field, they're going to run you over anyway? What's your take on that?
It's definitely a matter of both. Chase and Franklin are phenomenal players, and good pass by Tasby.
Yeah, good pass by Kellen Tasby.
They're both phenomenal players, and yes, they'll have a difference. I believe we'd have more points on the board, but Geyer is just, they're too good.
Okay, so like you said that we're going to have more points on the board. Does that mean Geyer has less points on the board because, again, they're dual threat players?
Possibly, maybe a touchdown less, not too much, but just with Geyer's depth and their weapons, it's just hard to stop that.
I agree with you as they come in and double set. Samaje motions to the left side. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to go for about another 3-yard gain. You just keep pounding those 3-yard gains, and you're going to find a first down some way or somehow or some way. Do you give them the ball more the second quarter, or do you throw it more?
With this, definitely establish the run, but for me, I'm more of an aggressive guy. If I was an OC, I'm taking not too many shots downfield. Definitely set up with the short routes, different combos, but eventually taking a shot downfield, trusting one of my receivers to make a play.
I agree. Samaje is lined up to the right, strength to the field. It's going to be a little bubble screen to Tayon Jackson, who makes one man miss and is out at around the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up third and about maybe 1. Yeah. 3rd and 1 on the 44-yard line. 9:24 on the clock. Clock continues to run. Looks like there's going to be trips to the left side. Single man up top, kind of lined up next to the right tackle. Samaje to the left side. As you hear that clap, they clap really loud down there. As it's going to be just a quarterback draw that's going to get the first down.
Seems like some miscommunication on that play. Tasby looking for either a read option, it looked like, or a draw of field. But either way, he's still getting a decent amount of yardage.
Like Coach Brodsky says, 1st and 10 for the Lobos. There's going to be some confusion with the formations here, as we now have twins to the right side. Or sorry, no, we have doubles. I did not see. Who's that down at the bottom? I didn't see Rashad Mitchell down at the bottom. As Samaje is lined up to the right.
Prince is in motion.
As Samaje is going to get the ball again, bounces left. He's going to get a 5, maybe 6 or 7-yard gain. Bring up second down.
Definitely runs like that on first down, setting up your offense for a manageable second down and a possibly first down and more, possibly a touchdown.
Clock is running at 8:20. So this will be doubles as Samaje is in motion to the left side.
Got a guard.
He's going to get the ball again. You said you saw a guard pull?
Yeah.
Looks maybe like a counter?
A tackle pull. So what that's called is a GT counter, guard tackle pull. So what it is, you have your guard on whichever side your tackle pulling back around, and it seems like they pulled back way. Looks like they're looking at a little slice combination. I'm not sure what that was, but usually wherever the guard tackle goes, whenever they do that GT counter, the running back follows.
Counter seems to be a very, very, very effective play, as you see there on the 5-yard gain by Samaje as Prince is in motion to come in a slot. As Kellen's going to roll out left and look downfield. Yeah, it was he didn't see anybody. He held on to the ball, didn't throw it away. He's got to be able to sense pressure better than that. As that's going to bring up 4th down and 7. Clock continues to run at 7:10. Lobos punt squad is coming out. Prince Igioma ready to kick it off. He had an amazing punt first time out. Then he had the Shankaroonie that went about 7 yards. And then he had another good punt that pinned him up against the 10. As that's going to be another big punt that might get out. Oh, no, it's not going to get out of bounds. It's going to be stopped at around the 17-yard line.
Seniors on their recent college acceptances. Anthony Laren accepted at Adelaide Christian.
As a Geyer Wildcat offense comes out.
Student section looking amazing right now.
Yeah, that should be good. Student section is popping. Jackson Arnold with, looks to be Ahmed Yusuf to the right side. Twins on the bottom of the screen. Oh, no, that's Joyner. That's Joyner. Brought down at about the 20-yard line.
A new quarterback in, Kalen Austin, is in for Jackson Arnold. Like you said, they don't want to injure him. They want to keep him for as long as possible.
You sure are. As that's going to be Twins again to the right side. He's going to let it go.
Whoa,
another big pass.
Number 7.
Shoelace tackle around the 30-yard line.
E.J. Hawthorne just appeared to stop running right there. You know, when you see a receiver looking back like that with his hands out, you want to obviously sprint towards him. If you're not going to turn around, swat his hands, swat the ball. You don't want to grab. You don't want to do anything and cause a PI.
Josiah Martin is now the quarterback. I think we already said that, did we? Josiah Martin's now the quarterback. They don't want to get Arnold goodness gracious, Jackson Arnold. They don't want to get him injured. So now it's number 2. I'm sorry, yeah, number 2, Kalen Austin. I guess that's a smart play, you know, being up in the third quarter, 42-7. You know, taking big hits from, Osa, Tristan, all those big hit players. I'd keep him out.
No, definitely, and it gives opportunity for the second group to get in and get some looks from colleges that they wouldn't get.
Kalen's going to hand it off to Trey, as he might get a first down, but loss of yardage. You think he got the first down there? Before he got pushed back?
Nah, they're giving their 4th and 1. DJ Leaks on the play with the big wrap up.
5:18 on the clock. 4th and 1.
Looks like they're going for it right here, staying aggressive, keeping all gas, no brakes,
Almost in the red zone, but not quite. Single man up top, sniffer. They got 2 sniffers.
That's a false start. Nope, didn't call
Trey is going to just keep on running. He's finally brought down at around the 15-yard line. You saw false start. Who false started?
It's one of the sniffers. And Jackson Arnold is back in the game.
I think they're playing. I think they're just playing some
mind games.
Yeah. Trey's now going to go to the right side and is brought down at around the 2.
Questionable move from the guy head coach right here, keeping Jackson Arnold in. But if you're just going to hand it off, why don't look good while doing it,
What do you think the issue was with Jackson? Because he was out for a couple of plays, then he came back in. What was the issue?
I'm not sure. It could be an injury. Could be something minor. Nothing too major, obviously, because he's back in the game. Probably just sending him out for a couple of plays. Let the 2 quarterback get in. But definitely by the 4th quarter, we should see some of the 2s in.
Extra tight end on the O-line. Trey is going to get the ball, and he's going to score. Geyer Wildcat touch. Oh, maybe, you know what? Another scruffle going on with the Lobo defense and Geyer offense. Number 9, Phil Matune. Call is going to be touchdown. Trey Joyner with the second on the night. Everyone's saying overrated, but I don't think anyone's looking at the score at this point. 48-7. Geyer Wildcats clock is stopped at 4:12. Stinson ready to put on the PAT. As 77 Jacob Fritz is going to be taken off of the field and then put back on the field. Miscommunication maybe. Stinson is ready for the BAT to make it 49-7. He almost had the block. George Rogers almost had that. He had a beat on it. As that'll make it 49-7. 4:12 on the clock. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Running away is easy. It's the living that's hard. Running away is easy. It's the living that's hard.
Tired of playing video games by yourself?
I don't have anyone to play with.
Join the video game club.
We play Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, Halo Infinity, Call of Duty Vanguard, Warzone, Fall Guys, Fortnite, and Apex Legends.
To join the club, you must bring a parent permission slip where you can pick up in Mr. Castillo's room 2103 or look for any esports posters posted in any hallway to register.
And we're back after the commercial break. Stinson ready to kick it off to the Lobos. Aiden Samuels back deep. Lobos trailing big in this one. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Big kick. It's going to be fielded around the, maybe the 13-yard line by Prince Igioma. Lobo offense comes onto the field. Dylan, what's the plan for this drive?
Same as last time, just not. We can't take tackles for loss, man. We can't have those. We want to score. We know this game's probably out of reach, but you just want to have some team morale heading out of this. It's just something good to talk about.
So I said, what's the plan for this drive? Do you think there is still a plan for the game?
Playing last year, we were down like this a couple of times in games. Really, that Allen game, yes, coaches still had a game plan. They were making adjustments and everything. But I'm going to be honest, from a player standpoint, some players were just trying to go through the motions throughout the game and just trying to get it over with, really, as the referee seems to be talking to the guys, telling them, hey, none of that pushing and extra stuff. Some refs don't play games, man. I'm telling you right now, I've had that conversation with refs so many times.
I'm glad that the refs are doing that.
No, yeah, it's, we want to pick up the speed of the game.
They're all high school kids trying to make a dream, and the ref is trying to fulfill that. They see it, college scout sees them fighting. That's not gonna boost them.
No,
so I'm glad the ref got in there and said something about it. As it's gonna be tripped to the left side. 45 in motion. Loud clap from Kellen as Perrine's gonna bounce on the left side. Shoelace tackle, maybe to the back of the line of scrimmage where they started. Carlos Leonard. He's number 45. Coming in as the tight end. As Kellen's looking for the play. We're probably going to have trips up top and a single man down. Looks to be Aiden Samuels at the bottom of your screen. One-on-one matchup with number 17. Elijah Taylor. Trips up top. Bring to the left, strength of the field. Kellen fires downfield. Finds
number 16. That is Ozzy Hernandez with a beautiful catch. Toe tapping with that toe drag swag, as we call it.
So I have him listed as Osvaldo.
Yeah, Osvaldo. With
Ozzy.
Yeah. Excuse me. Called him Ozzy a lot. He's a scrappy kid, man. He loves to play. Fights for reps in practice. He's just overall a great kid.
I'm really glad to see that you still know some of these players to give some insight on them, what you see in practice, what you see in games. A lot of help for the fans at home as Perrine gets a handoff up the middle. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe give him a yard.
Clock is continuing to run at 2:50, 49-7 Geyer. Around 2nd and 9. Excuse me. We're going to have trips at the bottom of your screen. Single man up top looks to be Casey Matlock, as Perrine is located to the right of Kellen. 6-man offensive line. Play action pass to Ozzy Hernandez. Looks to be a wide receiver screen down there at the bottom. What did you see during that play?
The one thing I did see is on those screens, you want to get the ball out pretty fast. You don't want to sit there and hold it. Taz did hold it for a little bit longer than usual, but he definitely wants to. He definitely wants to get that ball out of there fast. Let your receiver make a play, because obviously the defense is going to recognize that pretty quickly and run straight to the ball.
They sure are. 1:55 left on the clock in the third quarter. Aiden Samuels motions towards the offensive line.
Geyer has 3 down linemen, but they're probably going to bring some pressure right here.
Right tackle Joseph Sides protecting Kellen with every single snap as they find Aiden. Cannot hold on.
Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team right here.
We're going to bring out the punt team on 4th and 6. 1:35 left in the third quarter. 49-7, Geyer.
Geyer definitely does a good job of disguising the defense, bringing a 3 down front, sneaking that backer in right there, making him basically a 4-man, but you can always have that backer drop back as an extra defender.
Igioma ready to punt it away. Another rugby kick, as you say. Why do they do that in high school, Dylan?
Just protection-wise.
Oh, and it's going to be fielded.
Just for protection-wise, it's running punts. They either go really bad or really good, and you can when you're running upfield, actually, you can either have a chance, the opportunity to get the first down and run, or if not, you have a chance to pin them deep. Usually, like if you're doing a standing punt from you're on the 50, the punter's about on the 35, I believe, and that's probably, if it's a good punter, he could definitely pin them back. But if not, that's probably landing on like the 30, 25 yard marker. But with that rugby-style punt, pin them back.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever played Madden?
Yes.
Okay, everyone plays Madden, right? So on 4th down, and they ask you to, no one punts. No one punts on 4th down. Absolutely nobody. It's just an option that they give you, right? When you're doing, have you ever done that that punter pass where the punter actually throws the ball?
Definitely.
You get some insight. Why don't you teach the quarterback how to punt? That way you have that, throwing ability to where you could throw it downfield.
Well, so say you had a 4-year starter. Other teams that you in the district, they know that's your starting, that's your guy. And if you have him out there on a 4th down ready to punt, they're going to know something's up. But if you did have a backup, that could possibly work. And we don't usually run fake punts a lot. We had plays, just never did them.
Right. As number 6 gets the ball on that one, gets an extra reception. Keegan Stelmanatsky. He's going to run another sniffer on this play. Twins to the left side.
Bring that pressure.
Jackson is no longer in the game again, as he's going to get a stiff arm and goes to the right side. Ahmed Yusuf, one of the bigger guys on the team, being able to run over defenders.
Definitely reminds me of a guy who was running back last year. What was his name? I think it was BJ. That kid is a tank. He's I think 6'2", at least 225, maybe more possibly. That kid's a tank, man.
You see a lot more running backs versus our team that are more like the Derrick Henry. You talk about A.J. Simbly from, I think, Prestonwood, and then you talk about the running back for from McKinney, Malachi Frazier, Brian Jackson, who just runs over defenders. I think they play more to the powerhouse than they do to the more elusive guys.
Definitely, more of like a 90s, 80s type of style football, pounded down your throat and just making plays, letting the big guys eat.
Exactly. That might be gain of 3.
As you know, the NFL and college and high school is changing. Some teams still resort to that 90s style type of ball, running it down. But
let me tell you what team does do that, and that'll be the Tennessee Titans.
Derrick Henry, man, he's he's a beast. But there's a lot of more. Last year, as you know, our offense did a lot of air raid. You know, we were chunk plays after chunk plays after chunk plays, eventually scoring. You know, balls flying across the field. So you know, with the new OC and the new everything, a lot of things are changing.
Logan McCollin overthrew Josiah Martin on that last play. This is going to be an outside run to Ahmad Yusuf.
Tackle made by Thomas Brooks is losing his helmet on that play. You know, Thomas Brooks, you know, he's only a junior. You know, his brother went here. His brother's he played DB for us. You know, he's a great player. Thomas Brooks, he is a do-it-all cat, man. He's whatever you want him to do, he's doing it. You know, he's no excuses. Does whatever you need him to do.
Clock is continuing to run at 5 seconds. That'll bring us to the fourth quarter. What's the plan for the fourth quarter here? Are you just trying to keep pride in the name?
Just keep pride and stop them from scoring, man. That's all you really can do, you know. Just
have they scored that? Oh, they've scored once in the third quarter, which is definitely a big plus because they've scored multiple times in the first quarter and the second quarter. They hold it down in the third. Something that went down in that locker room changed the mentality of the Lobo defense.
Definitely.
The offense hasn't shown what they've gotten to talking to in the locker room, but I guarantee you it will on this next drive here.
I just feel like the offense is playing a little passive. You know, you're down big. You want big chunk plays. I know sometimes it's really hard when your O-line is not the biggest, not the strongest, and they're struggling with this four-man front essentially, and they're just bringing the pressure. Tabsy has no time. He's using his legs, throwing off his back foot. I know it's hard, but I just feel like you got to take some shots.
I talked, we talked about Chase and Franklin being out. You want to talk about a team that loses two of their best players on the team. Defense hasn't really been affected. Well, defense has been affected, not in the third quarter, I should say, but offense has not been picking it up as much as defense has with losing their two people. As the Lobo defense is back up on the field, you see Ijeoma covering the slot receiver at the top of your screen. This will be George Rogers at the bottom.
We got a holding, and they ain't gonna call it.
As he's gonna make a catch and brought down at the 42-yard line. They're all saying no, no, no. Maybe it was a penalty.
On the play. Holding on the left tackle. I believe that's number 71. For a guy he's not on the roster. Nice.
Let's see what the call is here. Clearly the mic is not working on the ref. He did signal holding, so you're right on that. We didn't get the player, but we're just going to go with your call, number 71 on the left tackle. Okay, there we go. 71 on the offense. Good call, Dylan.
Got the cheer squad cheering their Lobos on.
Punt squad is ready. What do we think the 61 guy is doing? Oh, he's getting out of the way of the snap. That's what he's doing. He's going to fill it back in once the ball is snapped. Punt squad is ready. Looks to be Ijeoma back to return the punt. Oh, we might have a fake here.
One thing that's pretty crazy about the punt team is we were told, people think, oh, go block the punt. We were told, actually, don't go block the punt. Block your man in front of you. Only the gunners go block or go to the punt.
Knuckleball punt.
Oh, no.
Goodness. Ijeoma.
Can't return that? I thought you could.
What happened?
So whenever you fear catch, so I guess the ball is dead, essentially.
Okay.
So you dropped it, and I believe it's... No, they're going to give it to Little, I think. I'm not sure. Pretty sure they're going to give it to Guy.
I think Tayon or Ijeoma was the returner.
I think it was Aiden Samuels back there. No, but it was Tayon. You're right. So when that happens...
Defense is back out on the field.
Usually, I don't know if it's different for NFL or college, but usually when that does happen, you can pick it up and return it. But I think just because he called a fair catch, the ball was dead.
Fourth quarter is here and past 11:05 on the clock. Looks to be an offsides maybe, as they now put in their backup running back, number 5. He's a third string, Austin Correa. Clock continues to run at 10:50 They got to be tired out there, huh, Dylan?
You know, when that happens, when you try and fight your hardest to get them off the field, and then offense making a mistake like that, kind of moan and groan, but you still got to go out there and do your job.
Someone was creeping on the one linebacker as Osa Donnery. Doesn't let him go anywhere.
Mr. Donnery, Mr. Big Man. You know, Osa is just a fantastic guy. You know, he's a funny guy in practice. He cracks jokes. He just makes you have a good time at practice. But then when it comes down to business, he locks in. It's like.
So he might do that, right? So he might crack jokes and lock it in. But the others, do they lock it in as well, or what?
Well, that's what we have Osa for. He kind of just gets everybody set, gets everybody straight. Good defense.
Me and CJ like to call him the defensive captain. Would you say that's true?
Definitely. We're missing Chase, obviously. So I mean, you can have multiple captains, but just with that front seven, you're the being a linebacker. As I was in the middle with my one of my friends, Isaiah Brooks. He went here. You're the conductor of the ship or the train, excuse me, and you're controlling the front call, which way they're going, who's blitzing who. It's just you run it down there, man.
Twins to the left side, single back up top.
DJ
All right, down at the bottom. As that run gets nowhere as well, bringing up fourth down. Actually, you know what? That was a turnover on downs. Lobos actually stopped him on that one to bring out the offense.
And then Chase is pretty much the back end guy.
I'd say yeah. So for me, I think that Chase is the more of the captain on the secondary for safeties, defensive backs.
Definitely.
But D-line and linebackers, I think Osa has that pretty locked down as a star player.
Definitely. And then if you want to, I mean, we don't really do co-captains, but if we were at a co-captain, definitely a DJ. If you want to flip that to every way you like it, definitely DJ is a guy out there that's making sure you're good, make sure you know what you're doing. Overall, both of them great players.
Trips up to the top. Looks to be Is this going to be a run? Maybe a first down. Yeah, that'll move the change. The Lobos first down. 9:40 on the clock. First and 10 on the 33-yard line. Samaje again with the handoff. Who's going to get a little bit extra more yards, brought down at around the 40-41-yard line. Clock will continue to run at 9:20. 49-7, Geyer. Second and 3 at the 40-yard line. Doubles formation, Samaje lined up to the right, straight to the boundary. Kellen, another handoff to Samaje. This time it gets maybe a yard. What happened on the Geyer? What was changed for the two runs that were maybe 3-4 yards based and then down to a 1-yard run? What happened?
I just feel like the Lobos have a little more fight in them. That D-line, they want to play for pride. I mean, nobody wants to get their pride hurt, but sometimes when you get popped in the mouth like this, it just sparks something in you, and they're playing for pride at that point. And I feel like the offense is doing the same thing. And
for the first time, hold on to that thought. For the first time this season, they have actually come in as a pitch to Perrine. To the outside, maybe gets the first down. Doesn't look like they're going to give it to him. For the first time, they go into a huddle call and then under center. First time of the season that's ever happened.
Definitely you got to go for it in this situation. There's
fourth and 1 on the 42-yard line.
And they're punting the ball.
It looks like they might bring out the punting squad.
Hopefully it's a fake or something.
Carlos Leonard's now in the game. But yeah, I mean, I hope there's maybe a fake here. I'd like to see a little bit more out of the Lobo offense than giving up on the 42-yard line, if that makes sense.
Geyer takes a timeout.
Maybe they're kind of weirded out. 7 minutes left on the clock, and they're not going for it on 4th and 1. Something has to be up on the Lobo offense. There might be a little trick up their sleeve.
Definitely.
We're going to go to a commercial break.
Is that a food wrapper I hear?
Yes.
What is the rule about eating in the classroom?
Not to eat in the classroom?
Correct.
Like, why can't we eat? Like, I'm an adult. I should be able to eat when I want.
Because you make a mess and you don't clean up after yourself.
No, that's not true. We don't even make a mess. Give us a chance.
Alright, you know what? Fine. Aaron, go ahead and eat it. You get one chance. Make sure you clean up after yourself. That's why!
Oh, he touched it.
As the Lobos might get it back. Did I hear that right? He touched the ball?
Yeah, so in that instance, any kick or, any kick, punt, whatever, catch the ball, you touch it, it's a live ball, so they take it as a fumble. So Lobos offense is back on the field.
This is a good field position at the 20-yard line. You think he did that on purpose? I honestly think he did that on purpose. I'm not going to lie. I think he did.
Nobody does that on purpose. I remember having my fair shares of drops back in my heyday.
In your heyday?
Freshman year.
Freshman year. Trips up top. Single man to the bottom of your screen next to... Oh, goodness. As Kellen's going to roll out right. He's not going to have anybody. He's going to roll out left now. He's going to find some room to run. Gillen up the middle. He's going to find a hole. Oh, brought down by his jersey. Another on the 3-yard line. Didn't have anybody open on that one. Good reason why you need a legs as quarterbacks.
Definitely. Creates plays, creates time for his team. Just, he's a playmaker.
Kellen in the pistol.
They're bringing pressure.
Samaje tried to get in. He could not. Alex Inacon protecting Kellen's blind side and always has been starting at the start of the season. He's been doing a good job, hasn't let up any sacks thus far. It's more of, the right side with David Gonzalez and Logan Ford. Inacon has done an amazing job protecting his blind side as he now goes under center. He's going to try a QB sneak, and he gets in. Touchdown, Lobos. Kellen Tasby.
Jackpot.
49-13, 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another spark to the Lobo offense. Drill team, color guard, and student section. We're just happy to see points on the board here late in the fourth quarter. Again, late scoring team. Latrell comes on to kick the extra point. Dylan's over here counting how many players there are on the field.
Just making sure we have enough guys.
BAT is good. Latrell Armstrong, 2 for 2. Score right now is 49-14. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left on the quarter. Dylan, I gotta say, it's been a pleasure broadcasting with you. You've done an amazing job as a color commentator. We hope to see more of you throughout the season.
Definitely, I'm enjoying my time here. I'm having a great time just being back here.
Fans at home, you might see a 3 broadcasting set. Myself, CJ Thayer, and Dylan Brown up in the booth. So look forward to that as well, as my lanyard is caught on me. There we go. So we might go to a short commercial break. We're back after that short commercial break. Lobos kicking unit is out on the field, ready to kick it off to Geyer. Once again, that's 6 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter. There's really no coming back from this one. But you can put some sparks into the offense to maybe get a try. Latrell ready to kick it deep. 2 backsmen down to return the kick. No onside kick late in the game. It's going to be a fair catch at around the 18-yard line. Looks like the band has gone quiet. They have not played a single thing for the last 5 minutes. It's weird having silence up here in the booth.
Definitely.
Lobo defense comes out.
Number 15, Gage Powell, is now in for the Guy Wildcats, personal friend of mine.
You know a lot of people on the Geyer Wildcat side, don't you?
Yeah, it's from 7-on-7.
This is going to be a run up the middle. There goes maybe the drum line. It sounds like the Lobo defense holding strong here. 2nd and 3, 32-yard line. Clock continues to run at 5:50. Lots of noise here on 2nd and 3. Now they're kind of dialing it down a bit.
Guys seem to be taking their time here. No rush to get a play off.
Trying to make a man jump, they don't. Ahmed Yusuf maybe getting a first down. Yes, that'll move the chains. You know, is there still a playoff chance here? Coming in at 1-4 in the 5th week.
I'm not going to say there's not, but the likelihood, the percentage of it is not looking too good. But I feel like with a key couple of games, a key couple of wins, we can definitely turn the season around with other teams falling off the board, definitely.
It's going to be a read option. They are all over that. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks to be Prince Ijeoma on that play. No. 8. Delonte. Forgot Prince is in the backfield. He's not a linebacker. But with his body, I feel like he might be able to do it. 6'4".
No, yeah, definitely. He's a big kid, man. I don't think he's on the field right now, actually.
But he is faster, so.
Oh.
As Trey might make a man miss, brought down by the ankles, maybe on the 32-yard line. 3rd and 14 on the 31-yard line.
Thomas Brooks on the play, another tackle for him. I haven't been keeping track, but he's at least at 6+ tackles tonight. Possibly 10+.
Like you said, they're wasting no time. They're taking their time out on offense. 3 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. Lobo's defense just waiting for Geyer to find the play.
Man, I can tell you from personal experience, just them taking forever to get a play, it's just heart-wrenching.
I honestly bet it's annoying, too.
Oh,
like, you know they're up 49-14. You just want to get the game over, but, yeah, no.
Yeah, it hurts because there's nothing you can do.
4th and 10 on the 35-yard line, and they're going to bring out the punting squad. I'm surprised that they aren't going for it. Do you think they would go for it if you're up by this much?
I mean, you're given a pretty good field position, so a punt is a smart move. But I mean, you have nothing to lose.
You give up field position, but I mean, you're down or you're up by a buttload.
No, yeah, you definitely have nothing to lose.
Punting squad out, wasn't even ready for anybody to get set.
Nobody's blocking.
It's like Tayon, who's going to let the ball drop, and it's going to get pinned at around the 32, 31-yard line. Clock is stopped at 2:51. Score is 49-14. Geyer. What is that song, Dylan?
Hold on. All These Lights by somebody, I can't remember.
We'll look that up.
I'm pretty
sure. Maybe a fan on LATV can let us know in the comments section who this song is by. They're going crazy with the song, though, as it's going to be doubles. Perrine to the left side, right side. Strength to the boundary. He's going to get in. He's going to bounce left. He's going to find the outside hole. Right down and around the 40-yard line. Didn't move the chains, but he got
dang well close. Clock continues to run, 2nd and 2. 2:30 on the clock. Berean's going to get another handoff to the right. It slips.
Oh.
Maybe get brought down at around the 39-yard line. 3rd and 2. 2:15 left on the clock. And I think at this time, nobody's really rushing to get the ball off the center's hands.
No, definitely
They're
nobody's
just waiting.
Just run a couple more plays and that'll be it.
Carlos Leonard back into the game. He's going to be the slot receiver at the top of your screen. Double set. Berean's going to get the ball again. Going to go up the middle. 1st down, Lobos, and more. 1:45 on the clock. Clock continues to run. 3rd and 2 on the, 1st and 10. Scoreboard had not been updated. That is my fault.
As you know, I'm
1st and 10 on the 48-yard line.
I'm a frequent Madden player, so in this instance, I mean, nothing to lose. I'm slinging it down the field. I'm trying to score.
I'm going to do that overpowered play, the PA crossers, where the guy's always open. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. That's going to be a handoff to Jaden Berean again. Bounces left.
Stiff arm.
He has some room. He gets pushed out of bounds. Using that stiff arm, it has been effective on both sides of the ball. I can't wait to see the
There's Osa.
who has. That's Osa Donrius. He's taken off his. Maybe he had. It looked like he had taken off his pants and put on his khakis, like he was done for the day. Doubles formation. George Rogers is going to get the ball. He's going to bounce right. He's going to find some room. He's down the sideline. He's got one man to beat.
From the comp speed.
Touchdown.
George Rogers.
Lobos.
That kid has get away from the comp speed. I'm telling you. I've seen him play since freshman year. He's a sophomore. He's definitely going to be a breakout player in the future. Kid has speed on him.
49-20. 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Latrell ready to make it 3 for 3 on the night. George Rogers on an amazing run. Bounced right. Got away from one defender. Made a miss. And barely got in the end zone. It doesn't matter. That's still 6 points. Making it 7. Here is Latrell. PAT is good. Latrell is 3 for 3 on the night.
Perfection, Latrell. Perfection.
We talked with him before the game. He was honestly really kind. Even to me, like he doesn't even know me, and yeah, he was really kind. Really good person on and off the field. Glad he's going 3 for 3 as the Wolfpack comes out with the flags. Mr. Marshall doing a great job with that program. 1 minute and 3 seconds in the 4th quarter. 49-21, Geyer. Lobos kicking unit comes out onto the field. What do you think they do? Do you think they just kneel it? You know, you got 1 minute left.
Either run like 2 plays, and that should definitely run out the clock, or run a play and then kneel it. And the refs call it dead pretty early because this game's pretty much out of reach. So
they talk about, they talk about how they're just going to let the ball go in Madden. I'm going to let it go down to 1 second, and I'm going to just, it's 57 zip, right? I'm still going to score that extra touchdown.
Oh,
100%.
No, definitely.
You have to.
Play till the clock hits 0. No kneels, no
There's
no
kneels.
punts.
The coaching suggestion puts kneel out. No, I'm not doing kneel, no.
No punts. And
I
no
do a
kneels over here.
100-yard field goal attempt, then press a kneel. Dude, I would not do that. As the kicking squad comes out to get off to Geyer, who will probably, make the clock run out, get this game over with. By the looks of it, the score is going to be 49-21. We haven't let him score in the 4th quarter, which is good on the defensive side. As Carlos Leonard is going to get off of the field, they might have had a little bit too many players. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe? That's weird. So he returns the kick at the 11-yard line. One minute and 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 49-21. Geyer. Geyer's offense comes down to the field.
Lobos defense all about the grit and effort and the work ethic throughout the game. They're working hard in practice, both teams. It's been an amazing effort for the Lobos, scoring in these late games versus teams that, don't let up a lot of points. As they're going to take a knee here, and that should be the ball game here. We're going to see if they get one more play in, and maybe they'll.
Yeah, I think one more play, and then that's pretty much it. Gar will advance to
5-0. Lobos go to 1-4, and they will play Prosper next week. No,
I can see.
And maybe Allen. I'm not sure who they play next.
Gar plays McKinney Boyd next week, heading in. I'm pretty sure the top seed in our district standings. Let me fact check you.
My good friend Keith Mahue is injured. He's getting walked, and he's actually limping off the field. Something going on maybe with his knee. As, again, they're just going to kneel the ball. And that'll be the ball game. My name is Pierce Listener, the voice of Lobo Sports, joined alongside Dylan Brown on LETV. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Go Lobos.
Over.